What is going on, party people? Welcome to another episode of Microbrand Monday, and today I have a watch from a microbrand watchmaker that I cannot pronounce. This seems to be a trend here on the channel. A lot of these microbrands just have some pretty fancy names. Tusenu has an umlaut over the O, so it's like a oo sound, right? Tusenu. Let's just, you know what? Let's just review the watch. It is 2:14 p.m. Let's get down to business. Man, oh man. Let me see if I can find the lens here. Doesn't this thing look very, very similar to another diver from another watchmaker that's all they produce? They just keep producing it again and again and again and again and again! If you guys don't know which watchmaker I'm talking about, well, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to, I don't want to open up that can of worms. But this watch does seem super duper sleek. First impressions, I'm digging the kind of retro vibes, no crown guards, so kind of a classic old school diver case shape. You are getting that rotating bezel. Looks like we have a sandwich dial here and a very interesting hour hand. So this watch is Swiss made, so if you're looking for a Swiss made diver, maybe pay attention to the specs. We're getting an automatic Ronda Meccano caliber R150. That has a 28,800 BPH sweep, about a 40-hour power reserve here. You are getting either a date or a no-date version, so whichever one you want, they're going to offer it to you. This diver has a very stout 200-meter water resistance rating. Now, one thing I'm very excited about are the case dimensions. You're getting a 39 by 47 millimeter case with an 11.9 millimeter thickness. So it shouldn't be too cumbersome on the wrist, but we won't know until we put it on. You're getting a 120-click rotating bezel, and I already have a few notes about that. Wait for the pros and cons, will ya? Now that bezel does have a ceramic inlay. I'm a bigger fan of this blue option here, although they did send me a black one to show you as well. You're getting BGW9 Superluminova Lume. Very hit or miss, in my opinion, with this BGW9. We will see right now what it looks like when it glows. The crown absolutely is threaded, and you are getting a double-domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. And one thing I love, they made sure to put the anti-reflective coating on the inner side of the crystal, so if you were to use this as a tool watch and you rubbed this up against something, it won't be rubbing off that AR coating. Love it. Now we gotta get to the price, and I have the spec sheet right here on my phone with the most up-to-date pricing. So the pre-order price is $649, but the retail price is $795. So I spent a few moments with this watch while we were kind of taking a look at it, setting up the filming situation and getting ready for the review, and I have a few notes. So the dial, super duper clean, and I really like how dynamic that sandwich dial looks. Plays with the light quite nicely, and the only thing that could be off-putting won't be the font, won't be the sandwich dial, it will be that hour hand. I have a feeling you'll either love it or hate it. There won't be anyone that's kind of indifferent on that. The crown threads very, very easily in and out, so there's no kind of impingement, there's no weird gritty feeling. It's just, a proper smooth crown. And the bezel, is it getting picked up on the mic? It's not going to back out on you. I will give it the seal of approval when it comes to pizza roll timing. So if you were to use this to time your pizza rolls, it won't back out on you. You can trust it. However, I would like to see some more aggressive serrations because I really had to manhandle that bezel to get it to rotate because my sausage fingers were kind of slipping off that bezel. Maybe it's all that pizza roll grease. Who knows? And guys, if I hold the watch up close here, we can see the bracelet links, super duper mobile. Nothing is kind of impinging itself. Nothing is immobile. You're not going to need to break out any WD-40 here. Everything is silky smooth. And there's a very nice clasp with on-the-fly micro adjustments. There we go. So now to the pros and cons. You probably already know what I'm going to like and dislike at this point. First pro, the watch takes up the perfect amount of real estate on the wrist in my opinion, and look at that blue, just absolutely stunning. This is truly a diver you could get away with wearing every day. It's not cumbersome, not super duper bulky on the wrist. You'll have it on the wrist and you can kind of beat it up, but it won't feel like a huge hunk of material on your wrist throughout the day. Another pro, the sandwich dial plays with the light very, very nicely. And, sometimes micro brands, just really any watchmaker, when I see sandwich dials, kind of looks cheap. With Tusenu, they did a very good job. But absolutely, the number one pro, in my opinion, the star of the show, me. No, I'm just kidding. It's this clasp. This clasp, they did not skimp out on it at all. The on-the-fly micro adjustments, I absolutely love it. Very nice engraving with their logo there, and really nice retention coming from that clasp. The bracelet altogether, not a hair puller at all, so really no stretch to speak of. A little bit mobile, but that's perfectly fine. And the links, just really nicely finished, super duper sharp, not a hair puller. Some quick release spring bars as well, so if you want to put it on a silicone strap, if you want to put it on a NATO strap, or you just want to put it on anything but a bracelet, you have that option without having to break out the spring bar tools. Next up, the cons. All right, and I kind of already complained about this. The bezel, although it is, nicely toleranced, it's not going to back out on you. Some really nice retention here. I would have liked some more serrations on the side because I really had to manhandle that to get it to turn. So the issue is that if you do swim with this in the ocean, you're going to get some salt, some sediment, some sand in there, and it's going to become even tighter. So click my episode on how to clean your dive watches after you take it in the surf, and hopefully that'll help you out a bit. And the last con is kind of on me, okay? This is kind of my fault. When I see this watch, and I take a look at it all together with that oversized crown, the case shape, and the bezel, it makes me think of this other watchmaker. This other watchmaker that is related to another really big watchmaker, but it seems like this watchmaker I'm thinking of just only produces one watch just over and over again. They expect us to be super duper excited about it, and their fanboys are just relentless about thinking that that watch is God's gift to mankind, and that we're not allowed to critique it or criticize it at all. And oh my gosh, this has the history and it's related to this other really super duper incredible watchmaker, but this watch is just great, and I should it's God's gift to mankind. Don't tell me I should have gotten a Pelagos. I don't want a Pelagos. I want this piece of crap. It's making me think of that watch. But you know what? I'm going to flip the script and say that that junkie watch is an homage of this watch. There. Just flip it in your head. So my conclusion is that when you factor in the spec sheet and you look at the execution of all those specs and how they pulled it off with this bracelet, with this clasp, really stunning dial, nice sharp handset, bezel, could use a bit of work, but all in all, really incredible finishing and build quality. For a Swiss-made diver under $1,000, this is definitely a huge contender for 2021. This is a great option for a sub $1,000 Swiss-made diver. Super duper usable, great finishing, superb build quality, handsome looks. I feel like I'm talking about myself. Great job, Tusenu. I also don't know how to pronounce your name properly, but the Shellback diver, I give it a thumbs up. And there you have it, guys. Another Microbrand Monday in the books. What do you think of this watch? Leave me a comment below so I can interact with you there. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it on your radar, or should we just forget about it? Leave me that comment. Comments really do help my episodes out in the algorithm, and I want to hear from you. All right, guys, there's a whole bunch of ways to support the channel. All the affiliate links, when you click those links, you do help the channel out a bunch. You can check out my other channel, T3 Time to Drive, where we upload almost weekly car content. And for all you petrol heads, check it out. You'll have a bunch of fun over there. Check out my personal website, thetimetellershop.com. And yeah, we just love seeing you here. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you get notified. All right, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I will see you on the next one. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. have the specs on my phone, and I'll read it to you now.